What if your next doctor's visit took less time than making your morning coffee? That's not some sci-fi fantasy anymore. It is the reality of artificial intelligence in healthcare. Right now, and believe me, it's changing everything. So today, we're going to dive into how this whole revolution is playing out, from the clinic right around the corner to the future of medical research itself. 90 seconds. Just let that sink in for a moment. For some conditions, that's literally all it takes to get a diagnosis that's been reviewed by an expert. And this isn't a peek into some far-off future. It's happening as we speak. And honestly, it's just the tip of the iceberg in a massive shift in how we think about our own health. So yeah, welcome to the new age of AI medicine. For the next few minutes, we're going to take a trip through this brand new landscape. We'll see exactly how AI is making healthcare way faster and more convenient, how it's giving doctors incredible new superpowers, and how it's unlocking the medical breakthroughs of tomorrow. All right, so where does this all begin? Well, for most of us, it starts with the actual patient experience. And as you're about to see, that traditional doctor's visit, it's getting a major, and let's be honest, a much-needed upgrade. I mean, come on, we've all been on the left side of this screen, right? The endless waiting for an appointment, the long waits in the lobby, it's a headache. The difference with the AI-powered model is, wow, it's stark. This is a huge shift from care you have to chase down to care that actually comes to you. Take a look at Eureka, for instance. They're calling it the world's first AI doctor. And it isn't just a little bit faster. It is a staggering 90 times faster than the old-school way of doing things for certain conditions. And get this, because it's covered by insurance, this isn't some luxury service. It's becoming a new, accessible standard of care. But the big question is, do patients actually think faster is better? Well, the answer seems to be a resounding yes. Look at that. An overwhelming 9 out of 10 users actually prefer Eureka's model. Now that tells us something really important. Patients aren't just putting up with AI. In a lot of cases, they're actively choosing it. Okay, so AI is making healthcare dramatically faster. But what about making it easier to get to? I mean, what if getting a full health screening was as simple as going to the mall? Well, that's the whole vision behind these forward care pods. Just picture it. You step into this sleek, totally private pod, you get a whole battery of advanced scans run by AI, and you walk out minutes later with a health plan that's tailored just for you. It's completely rethinking what a clinic can be, and more importantly, where it can be. And believe me, this isn't just some niche idea. You've got companies like iBot, which is developing a 90-second AI vision exam, pulling in millions in funding. That $6 million you see there, that's not just a number. It's a huge signal that the market sees incredible potential in this kind of on-demand, decentralized healthcare. So we've seen how AI is changing things for us, the patients. But what about the people on the other side of the stethoscope? Well, as it turns out, AI is also becoming this absolutely essential tool for clinicians, working its magic behind the scenes to give them some serious superpowers. You know that feeling, right? You're trying your best to explain what's going on, but your doctor seems way more focused on the keyboard than they are on you. This administrative stuff is a huge cause of burnout for them, but AI is starting to offer a real solution. Tools like Dental Audio Notes, or DAN, are built to solve exactly this problem. And it's not just about recording a conversation, it's about securely transcribing it so the dentist doesn't have to do all that paperwork. What does that mean? It means better communication, way more accurate records, and, at the end of the day, a doctor who can give you their full attention. So AI can help get rid of the paperwork that doctors hate. But what about all those endless questionnaires that we have to fill out every single time? What if there was a way to get crucial health info without filling out a single form? This is where the science gets really, really cool. It's called vocal biomarkers, the tiny little nuances in your voice, the pitch, the rhythm, the tone, that you would never even notice yourself, can actually hold clues to your health. AI can analyze these patterns to help screen for things like depression and anxiety. It's like a powerful, totally non-invasive window into our own well-being. And just like we saw with the health kiosks, the money is following the innovation. Canary Speech, which is a big leader in this space, just raised $13 million. It's another crystal clear sign that the future of diagnostics isn't just about what we can see, but also about what we can hear. Okay, so AI is changing how we diagnose and treat illness right now in the present. But what about predicting and even preventing it in the future? For that, we've got to look at the most ambitious frontier for AI in healthcare, medical research.
And this isn't happening in some small lab. We are talking about a landmark partnership between the Mayo Clinic, one of the world's top medical institutions, and Cerebras Systems, a pioneer in AI supercomputing. What they're doing together is building AI models on a scale that was pretty much unthinkable just a few years ago.
So what's the ultimate goal here? Well, it's pretty much the holy grail of medicine, truly personalized treatment. By training an AI on these massive data sets of medical records and genetic info, we can start to predict how one specific person will respond to a specific treatment. We're moving from one size fits all to one size fits one. Now, to make this real, their first target is rheumatoid arthritis. It's a really complex autoimmune disease that affects millions of people. By trying to unravel all those intricate connections between a person's genetics and how they respond to treatment, the hope is to develop entirely new therapies that aren't just more effective, but are uniquely tailored to the person who needs them. Okay, so from AI diagnoses to mall clinics, from voice analysis to this kind of groundbreaking research, we've seen how AI is totally reshaping healthcare. So let's pull it all together. What does this revolution actually mean for you and me? You know, when you step back and look at the big picture, you start to see a really clear pattern. Every single one of these innovations is tackling a real-world problem, from slow diagnoses to doctor burnout. And in every single case, the result is a healthcare system that's more efficient, more accessible, and way more focused on the patient. So if you take anything away from this, it's these three things. First, care is getting radically faster. Second, it's becoming way more accessible, breaking out of the traditional clinic and into our actual communities. And third, it's becoming deeply personal, moving beyond just treating a disease to treating the individual. This isn't just an evolution, it's a complete redefinition of what healthcare can be. And that leaves us with one last fascinating question to think about. As healthcare gets more and more driven by technology, does it actually become less human? Or, and this is the interesting part, by freeing doctors from all those repetitive tasks and giving them these incredibly powerful tools, is AI actually making way for a more empathetic, more connected, and ultimately a more human kind of care? The answer is still unfolding, but one thing is for sure: the future of medicine is already here. Thanks for joining me.